So we're right back in it. So we've got Bowen and Jorian. We keep thinking we're getting to the end, but this is for third place. This is for third place. Losers in third. Second really does get to play Trent eventually.
Theoretically, right?
I was thinking maybe Jorian was tired of playing Star Trek. He wanted to try something else, maybe a little World Poker Tour.
World Poker Tour got wheeled out a long time ago.
Yeah, World Poker Tour
it's gone, man.
That's funny. I've only been looking this way for 8 hours. They could have moved the entire hotel. I wouldn't have known. I guess we won't be playing World Poker Tour. That's disappointing.
I mean, I guess Jorian has to be feeling comfortable on this game at this point, but this game is a grind after quite a number of plays. It has to be draining him.
Can we? He lost. I want to say how many rounds? That's 4. It's 7. This could be his 7th or 8th match of the day, and he has the same plays each time.
I mean, right? He just had an astounding game of it last game, you know.
And 2 or 3 games before that, then a mediocre one, and then a decent one, and you know.
At this point,
he's more dialed into the timeout. He can feel the end in sight. And I think it makes him more patient.
It's now 8:32 p.m.
Yeah.
Players have been playing competitive pinball for 12 and a half hours at this point.
Well, to be fair, Jorian had a double bye, so he didn't actually have to start at 8. That was the first round. But, yes, the tournament and none of the players remaining yet to play 12. But we're going to break the 12-hour threshold.
We're going to at least come pretty close to that.
Yeah,
you're right.
If you would like to run this type of event in your neck of the woods, please send us an email and we'll set you up with the rules on how to run a nice, really long, thrilling event like we've been seeing.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very long and thrilling event.
And yet, if you go back to it, we've had some great games. There's been some awesome moments, especially from the kids. Joshua Henderson, he's not really a kid, but still the next generation of pinball. Escher and Andrew Rosa, a great run today.
There was a special moment I saw last night where a father took his kid up. The kid must have been about 5 years old last night. And the father got down where he was sort of squatting down, and his kid stood up on his knees, and he was playing Mustang pinball over there in the tournament section. And it was, I guess, his kid's first tournament experience.
How did he do? What was his score? Was he going for gear multiball or?
I don't know if he was double flipping, and it didn't really matter. That's like
got a little dusty for you.
Yeah, just a little bit. You know, that's really cool stuff.
It is. It's awesome to see, especially at the shows with the families that come and. And they watch the tournament, and then they see some of these kids playing, and all the little kids. And I know they had the kids tournament today, and those kids were going at it, trying hard.
Pinball is a special thing. It's multi-generational. Some people just love mechanical devices that do cool things, and that's what a pinball machine is. Well, I guess it's a lot more than that. Keith, you're probably thinking, well, thanks for simplifying it. But
no, I'm kind of staring in awe at what Yoran is doing here, partially.
Yeah.
He's timing out the modes, but then he's not shooting the away team shot. He's shooting the right orbit into the bumpers, and then letting the ball pass by the upper flipper and live catching it on the lower right flipper
every time,
and then shooting it into the left lock shot.
Because the lock shot at the feed is so great.
It's definitely nice, but that's just the most convoluted thing I've ever seen.
Would you think though that away team is by far the most dangerous moment of your?
It can be, yeah. I mean, I guess I got pretty good at shooting it, but
here we go again.
I know it's clearly the much safer option as far as he's concerned.
Oh my goodness!
And he's the absolute master at it already.
For me, that left lock shot can get a little dodgy, but when you have the
especially
ball
if he catches
save,
the top of the slingshot or whatever.
But when you have the ball save too, on that left out lane, it's less tragic.
When did he start switching to this strategy?
This is the first.
This is the first game.
I just noticed it like a few balls ago, or a few modes ago.
He's eight games into Star Trek, perhaps, and he's still innovating.
He's perfecting his time outage. Yes,
it is. It's absolutely. It's like a. I don't want to call him a machine, but it's like a cyborg. Learning to optimize the kill.
It's a learning computer.
And you know why I think I know why he's doing this now. That's partially because the super ramps are worth so freaking much
He wants to
on
hold
level
off.
2. That's what he wants to get to that.
He's going to do second super ramps.
He got $100 million in like 20 seconds.
Was this last
game? Last game.
And
okay.
For the record, I called that one. Just I want to put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
What is I honestly don't know about second super ramps. What's the rule on them? What's the base value?
Well, his base value was 2.3 million.
Wow.
And he was looping the upper, and you get more of them. It's not just 10 shots
get
or whatever.
15.
It's like 15 shots.
Wow.
So it's not about base value. The reason that the value is so high is that you have to play all the modes out, and you must complete all those level 2 modes.
Yep.
So you have to get that. Or
right, the value is necessarily
close
high.
to that.
Well, but you only got to complete 3 of them to get the super ramps.
Right, that's what he did. He only went for 3 modes. And we talked about it a little bit. It's like, the modes are so much harder in level 2. It's probably not worth risking, having to cash in 5 modes, for both spinner and ramps. And he proved it out that just going for ramps on level 2 is a extraordinarily lucrative option.
But maybe more for qualifying or putting up a big score when you need to hit a home run.
I don't know. I mean, if you can time out as well as he's done,
yeah,
and just for the choice of playing level 2 instead of playing level 1.
Well, I mean,
why wouldn't you?
On the way, you still do get those level 1 super ramps. Granted, it's only for 1.6 million per upper warp ramp combo shot, but that's not bad.
It's not, but it's also not 3 times as much as he was getting.
I mean, his Kobayashi Maru
there it is. There's the back.
This is going to be one of the lowest points scored to get to Kobayashi Maru.
Oh, absolutely, and all mine are too. But I play it just for cashing in the super ramps and super spinner.
Yes, absolutely.
And like I said earlier, I'd rather play the level 2 modes, and not that I was able to do it anywhere near as effective as Jorian was, but he proves the reason for the strategy, I think.
Absolutely. And you think about like a Papa style tournament where you have to, it's all about consistency and not crash and burning. It would be an excellent, if you're on a Papa run, a really safe 40, 50 million, where that's all you need for a decent score. And with the potential to still blow it up.
So actually this sort of makes me sad in a way.
Why, John?
We got to a point where I was actually believing that it was better to no longer time out the modes in this game. And now we're sitting here and we're making a really strong argument to going back to timing out the modes.
Don't
now,
be
I'm not going to
Team timeout, come to the dark side.
That was a lovely sort of, it's almost like a little mini loop pass there to bring the ball back under control. The good news, John, though, is the code's not necessarily done, and there's still an opportunity for the developers to change, and they don't generally tweak the rules for us players so much.
The problem is you're talking about a level of the game which is only for us kind of players.
Anyway, right? They put that there, so why not fine-tune it and just make it more valuable again? Just keep upping the ante until Josh Sharp is willing to shoot a ramp instead of cradle. That's the inflection point.
I don't know what that point is though, because
all right, 10
still
million
the
points
ideal
if you
is
shoot this ramp. Would Josh shoot it?
Ooh.
Oh, all right. Now he's going to go into a tirade. Oh no, he walks calmly away and then prepares for his next ball.
Well, I mean, that was a really perfectly executed setup for.
I expect
the big
Bowen
ramp
to.
kill.
Yeah.
Bowen's going to talk backwards for a minute or two just because he's
Yeah.
trying to justify waiting. And he doesn't need to justify it, but this is how Bowen does it.
So, Keith, is Escher doing math homework there, or is he watching Papa TV? I can't tell.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, hopefully he's not surfing the web for things he shouldn't be surfing the web for.
If he's on the web, he's watching Papa TV. That's all he watches.
I guess he'll know in about 40 seconds when he looks over here and realizes what's going on. Hey, wait.
Hey, they're
That's talking about
me.
me.
All right, so Bowen hasn't played a meaningful flip in a couple hours.
Yeah, we talked about it with him a little bit. I specifically asked him if he gets iced, and he says that he wants to just go up to the game and play it and not think about it.
I know that.
Unfortunately, he was put in the situation, which is exactly the opposite of what he wanted, because of the tilt. He had to wait for the bob to settle.
Sure. I know that if Bowen, when he loses a match and gets to choose the next one, he will step up, press play, and plunge as fast as almost anyone to get going on that next game and put the bad one behind him.
Right.
So let's see what Bowen's doing. Is he, he's nothing if not adaptable.
He's playing Timeout Mania too, it looks like.
So I'm going to guess, since Bowen has been sitting around watching that last match where we just suddenly saw $100 million worth of...
is he going to try it?
I think he might.
It's kind of a interesting situation to try out a new strat. It's hard to get the flick at the end of those flippers, especially after the amount of time they've had.
It's very dangerous to teach some of the best players in the world a new trick because they're going to use it.
That's true.
You did have the extreme benefits too of being able to watch exactly Jorian, pull this off last game, and
But he sort of earned that. Of course, part of that is just the whole Papa TV experience, but then everyone sees the reads. But he also earned it by getting further in the winners. He's got, don't tilt.
Yeah, we haven't talked too much about people going. I mean, we talked about it a little bit, hours ago. But, you can relight that virtual kickback by hitting those targets right above the left outline a couple times.
Yeah.
That number of times increases as you use
I'm
it
sure
more.
It does. Chew the first time.
Kaylee's rolling his eyes already because he hates that add one to everything and make it one more harder the next time.
Well, he's absolutely right in that opinion.
Yeah.
It's a lazy way of doing things, and I
unique.
do not advocate that style in general.
Yeah, and I understand his point, and I agree with him as well that there are a million other things you could do and creative, and I mean just talking about the end of line combination and that that's a new rule, and we don't have to recycle old rules. You've invented a number of rules, Keith, right? I mean, even with Wizard of Oz, the idea of you drain, but here's an opportunity to resurrect your ball if you do a certain number of things. I mean, that's brilliant.
Is that the first example of that, Keith? I thought there was...
Well, there's been other little things like, Dirty Harry has the shootout. NBA has the $1 million shot or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
But it's not necessarily new. I mean, I would say that the concept of making a gigantic mode out of it, like there's no place like home, is probably new.
Yeah, to make it a multitask.
But I would say that Toto, is completely analogous to $1 million shot or something.
But I wanted Inception. I want to be able to have Toto. You can save Toto to get back to no place like home, and vice versa, and go up to 5 levels deep to keep resurrecting back to the next level.
But at some point, doesn't it just get silly?
Well, Inception got a little silly in terms of...
At some point, the witch is actually going to kill Toto.
Wait, you're saying it gets a little silly, and we're on our 13th hour of a tournament where everyone is... So, silly is relative. But wouldn't that be cool, a little Inception of being able to resurrect Toto to get back to the other one at least? Because that one's hard, right? Most people don't get a chance to finish it.
I haven't really thought about it too much, but, a popular recent game mechanic has been like the whole, shift time backwards and, replay something that you just messed up on and that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it'd be interesting to bring that into a pinball somehow.
I forget where I was talking with people about it, but the idea of being able to save the state when you finish a game, save your state and be able to resume it the next time you start the start button, so that you yourself can personally, like, let's say you're not good enough to get to Monster Bash.
Well, you're more or less talking about like extra ball buy-in.
But at the same time, it's something. It's more than that, though. In terms of maintaining the full progress.
Keith, could you ever build a pause button on a pinball machine?
It can be done. Twilight Zone did it.
How's that?
Well, it's like, on those home ROMs.
The home ROMs,
you could hold up the right flipper and push start, and it would hold the right flipper up for you for up to 15 minutes.
Doesn't it blow the capacitor? I mean, Kaylee blew the capacitor when he was playing Spider-Man when he does the Kaylee loops. I mean, on the left, the flipper died on him because he held it up too long. It was like a half hour.
I'm actually thinking of something more like a save state. Like you could say, like,
literally replay the game again from this point over and over.
Right.
Again.
I mean, especially on.
Can we just talk about that quick little cradle separation to the?
I know we're kind of. And if you're just joining us, this is we've seen. Jorian wins the prize for awesomest individual moments of the day. These little fine points. He does them so often. We're sort of taking them for granted now, right?
It almost seems that way.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make for good finals coverage, so.
It's the semifinals, so it's okay.
Okay, it counts.
All right, let's get back to the game. Tell us, we're on level 2 here. Why is he doing Nero?
Nero?
I thought down on the bottom. I thought he was getting in the second.
Well, he's in level 2 now, right?
Yeah.
So his mode is actually timed out already. So he's not in a mode anymore.
He's in 2-ball. He's still in.
He's in Klingon multiball
right
now.
Yeah, all right.
So, which he still needs the center shot. There he goes.
Okay, so
now we're on.
Now we're back to 2-ball regular play, right, or not?
Let's see. Okay, we got the super now.
All right.
Which is in the center
and
shot.
You can double it, right? If
you could have, which he didn't. Yeah, obviously, it's too little for him to care about.
Oh, he still has his Atta-ball.
And now we should be on the roving jackpot, which is a double jackpot. There it is.
Again, you can double it with a. That would be really hard.
I don't know. It's worth doubling this one.
Oh, he burned his rescue. That's the danger of the multi-ball one.
He's just going to loop this until he makes the jackpot.
He's going to loop it until.
Oh, he got double scoring.
Yes.
So now, if he gets the roving jackpot, which he just missed out on, then he'll have the double super lit.
How about
which would be quadruple super with double scoring. Got that? There's the double jackpot, which is really quadruple. Actually, you could get an 8x super if he does it on a combo. So.
Yeah, and couldn't he get to 9-9 and?
No, he's already got double scoring going. So
we were wondering,
he wouldn't have.
Do you get more? Do you get quad scoring or re-up?
I would
double?
be shocked if you did.
Maybe re-up the timer on double.
Oh, we got it! Oh my god! Just putting on a show.
14.
That's like the alt. I mean,
4
what more can you ask for? You talk about it. And okay, yeah, I'll do it on a backhand from, my draining ball.
Oh, he's only at 80 million.
So Bowen needs. He needs to get.
Bowen's going to continue timeout mania here. I think this is how we got started on the other discussion.
Yes, and then we lost. I didn't actually remember what happened when Bowen.
Last ball, Bowen tried to shoot a warp ramp, shot it early, and got caught up in the middle and fell down.
Yep.
Yeah, so, Bowen's a little bit cold at the moment.
Oh, that was a great save. Unlucky, a little too much. He deserved better. But you see the danger of the away team versus the super uber safe. I can.
Apparently, I don't think too many people will call that left shot safe. But
well, at least with the ball save, maybe.
Oh yeah, okay. I gotta say, the hotel is really starting to get quiet here. You can.
I think
start
everybody's
to hear
just
stuff.
The anticipation's growing.
Yeah, probably. Plus, everyone's driven back to Columbus by now or whatever.
Keith, we were talking about, or I was going off on a tangent about save states. Would that be difficult?
It's one of those things that could be done if you thought about it off the from the beginning. It's kind of difficult to go back and implement retroactively, but it could be done. And we certainly have the capability of doing it too with since we basically have a hard drive in our games.
Well, I mean,
it's a question of,
I find that when I'm playing one of your games that you do code on, like if I'm going to try to have a shot at the wizard mode, sometimes I'm tired before I get to that point, and that's just my own fault probably. But there might be a time where you might. What if you had a phone call and you're like having the game of your life, but you have to take that phone call? That's sort of what I'm talking about.
Interesting. Now there is an interesting thing that we haven't seen before, I don't think.
Tell me what happened. What did he do this time?
All right, so he had all 4 balls out at the time that the ball went down the virtual kickback.
Yes.
And normally what happened is that normally the virtual kickback would immediately plunge a ball, like it would kick it in the shooter lane and plunge it immediately.
Right back out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He had all 4 balls out on the playfield already. So it didn't save the ball at all. It didn't, try to.
Right.
The ball just drained. But it didn't use the kickback up either.
Yes, I heard that it doesn't use it up.
Which is actually.
Would you agree with that? That's probably a good
I absolutely
choice.
agree with that.
Yep.
Yeah, the other thing that they do, which I absolutely agree with, is that they don't consume it during ball saver time.
Yeah.
Which is, like the Williams games in the 90s. They wouldn't even think about it. The only game that I'm aware of, though the first game, that didn't consume the kickback during ball save was Baywatch.
Congo didn't. If you shot the super skill.
Well, that was a little bit different because that was like the goal, or a legit goal.
Yes, unless you play the Congo at the Northwest Pinball Championships, and then there's with no ball save, you can super skill to drain.
You're kidding me.
Nope, that's a switch. You're done.
What?
You can't. The super skill is ball over without ball saver on down in Congo. So here we go.
A little brutal. He's already finished one level.
Has
of
he actually gotten to 9-9 yet?
No, I don't think so. This game yet.
Just 9.8.
Okay. Well, he's holding on to it for. You don't want to waste it in victory laps, right? You want to do it when you're doing that double second set.
Well, I hear what you're saying, but at some point he's going to be. He won't have a choice.
He'll be accidentally.
Because he'll get through this level of victory laps, or not. But in theory, he would have gone through that level of victory laps, and then he would have been hamstrung by the side ramp again. I mean, he would have had to shoot it in order to progress. Right. Yeah.
I wonder if he actually intentionally grazed it off the rescue targets in that time.
He's pretty good on that orbit shot too. There we go.
Start that space jump.
He'll get that back.
I don't know. That was really long after it.
Oh.
It would have given it to him as soon as it hit the outlane, I think, if it was going to.
Yeah, the ball save is real short on the 9.9.
I know, but it seems like the ball save for 9.9 should be extra long. You think about what you've done to get there,
I don't disagree with you. I assume it takes away your double scoring, too.
Wow.
I wonder.
Yeah, it did.
Well,
I can tell he's really disappointed.
Okay,
with how
there it was
right
there. So, I guess I was wrong. I guess I thought we would have seen that display effect sooner.
Well, why not just go back to 9.9 again? It's only 18 shots.
No, I know. I mean, right. If you can, you whip off 10, 12 at a time, I mean,
it takes only about 15 seconds to get back to 9.9.
I want to see, if you do it, like you combo the entire sequence, that like the game will, blow up or just explode or something just awesome.
There was a boutique pinball that had a 9-way combo at the show this weekend.
Wrath of Olympus.
A 9-way?
9-way combo. I didn't get a chance to play it, unfortunately. I wish I did.
Neither did I. But
I did see the shot map somewhere of the 9-way combo. It's definitely interesting in theory. It's a little bit, like Tommy had a 5-way combo or something to light multiball. And how many people have ever done that?
Really?
A what?
And Tommy?
Yeah, it was like a 5-way combo or something to light multiball. Like left orbit, left ramp. Or no. Oh, no, that's right. Left orbit, left ramp, right orbit, right ramp. The shot, the okay, wow, good, all that stuff. And then into the mirror.
I wonder
I guess it's more like 7-way.
I wonder who programmed that madness.
That was a combo effort between Lonnie Ropp was involved and Lyman probably had something to do with it. Oren Day, possibly Kevin Martin.
Never heard of that guy.
Yeah, some no name.
I said none of that.
Yes, well. So, do we even want to? Do you think we'll get any new viewers now that we need to bring in to where we are, or are we just all agreeing not to? I don't know, John. You make that call. Shall we go through the?
I don't know if we really can go back through the rules of Star Trek again. You could go back through the video and you can watch some of the other games. They probably explained the rules pretty well at this point. And
yeah, we've definitely been over most of them, I'd say.
I think we've seen every rule in play in that ball.
I mean, we can talk a little bit about Bowen's mindset, walking up knowing that he's really in trouble.
One way Bowen can think about it is, and I know you never give up, but sometimes
Never surrender.
Never give
I
up,
know,
never
but
surrender.
sometimes, especially if energy's involved, you might just walk up and tilt and go start the next game. I'm just saying, I know you never give up that opportunity.
I'd be considering this case is just playing as long as I could and try and keep warm and get back into the learning how to flip again.
Look, the one thing he's doing that he doesn't seem hyper competitive at the moment. He actually looks like he's just having some fun, and maybe that's exactly what
it's a
he
good
needs to
mindset to have for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, if you're not having fun, then why are we doing any of this?
So, I mean, it's been, 3.5 hours since Bowen played. So, I'm sure he wants to play. He's going to play it out, obviously.
I mean, I don't think he forgot how to play pinball since in that amount of time. Though.
No.
Oh,
he just
obviously not.
Expertly executed live catch.
He saved No, everyone says ooh, but you remember this game tilts during multiball on some people. So it was a great save, and on location he probably could have got away with it. But this tilt, you can't do anything with this tilt, and deservedly so. Star Trek is a game that rewards good shot making. All right, let's see what we got this time. He's gonna say hello to someone.
Me.
Nope.
No.
Oh. Yeah, that was
25 warps.
NES, Neil Schatz.
So you think when Jorian goes to a tournament like this, he has a list of maybe 30, 40 people he wants to shout out to just in case?
Wait, before we do that real quick.
Okay.
Here's an interesting choice where maybe if I'm Jorian, I actually consider going first here. And taking Bowen's play away from him, you know what I mean?
To just freeze him out rather than let him start right up. Oh,
right, because
I like the thought. Yes.
It just occurred to me while I was sitting there. It's like, well,
just
you're talking about how Bowen wants to get up there and start again right away. Why wouldn't you play instead and just absolutely
because
wreck
it's
him?
Metallica, and you would so change up your strategy based upon ball 3 scores.
I absolutely agree with that. I mean,
But
it's
it's
just one of those.
great thought, Keith. It really is. I like it.
Ponder.
Yes. Who's the deep thoughts guy?
Jack Handy.
Jack Handy.
Maybe going first sometimes is like going last, only ahead of
Oh, wow.
That was very nice not to tilt because there's a fine line.
It had to be so close.
Papa TV, the only place where you can see a crazy man talking to himself while playing pinball.
Crazy is a person not playing pinball.
Oh, deep thoughts with Adam Lefkoff.
We were talking about the the T-shirt that has "To win at pinball is to lose at life," which was a quote from the GQ article in '96.
Yep.
And it's like, well, any advice that GQ gives, I want to do the opposite of. So clearly, to win at pinball is to win at life, and that makes us all winners here. So
I like the happy places you've gone to.
Yeah,
There.
this is obviously a hallucinogenic trip.
Nothing's better than starting Sparky on ball 1, though, right?
Especially after the shellacking that you took last time.
We need a Star Trek shellacking.
Actually, I got to say that this was probably important, not just in the fact that he's getting points, but like he needed to actually show that he could play, come back to play.
And that's right. And Bowen had some huge scores on this game earlier in this month. And where's his picks at? He needs the
super.
Sparky the super almost drained him. He hasn't added his ball yet.
He's got the right to the right of the coffin.
Oh, that was nice. It was so unlucky not to have saved that ball there. He read it really early that he needed to throw another one in there. It just missed. Missed opportunity. 10 million if you don't add a ball. 30, 40 million if you do. So does he go right back to Sparky now?
Well, he could go.
He's
for
a crank it up guy, so he's going to check his standings right now.
If I were him, that's what I was just gonna say. Go for grave marker
before it resets.
And don't shoot a frickin' ramp or the mystery hole.
And the backhand,
Would it reset at this point now that he's hit one naturally?
Yes, it absolutely did earlier. Oh, here you
go. You missed it, John, earlier. It'll only reset when the game's sure the ball's not going to be behind him. So it has to be in a scoop or.
Bowen just realized that it reset.
He's actually not taking responsibility for that. He's blaming Lyman Sheets, the programmer, on it, which seems a little harsh, but
Well, I wasn't
normally,
sure there.
those targets don't count during multiball.
Yep.
So it
doesn't
kind
know
of
whether
expected. It's it's more of a bonus that you're able to start that multiball. But again, you have to not shoot a ramp and not shoot the scoop.
I always actually expected it in further iterations of this code there would be like a saving, like they would let you save your progress towards grave marker.
They do, in a way, that you only need one more hit or two more hits, but you still have to drop them because they can't physically, as Keith was telling us, the game can't drop them itself. It doesn't have a mechanism to. They have to rely on gravity and.
I know starting the multi-ball would be cool on the magnet, but I wonder if there would be a way to start the multi-ball while just from hitting a drop target.
Wow, another giant air ball right there.
Yeah, that was
the way. Once earlier.
That was beautiful right there.
Absolutely.
That's going to drain 9 out of 10 players there. Just that extra little bump to the outline, and Bowen gave it just enough to bring it in. So he's what he's doing here, he's getting close to Sparky. I bet he's going to hit a snake.
Now.
I bet he hits a snake before. He's already got 2 snake ramps. He wants to maximize his crank it up during that multi-ball. And on ball 1, nope, he's going for it.
Yeah, he's got a lot of crosses lit, so that'll go pretty good during multi-ball.
Oh, and he gets the free. Let's see how many he gets here.
This has got to be one of the greatest magnet drop-offs there is. Being able to set up.
I wish you could double flipper out of it.
Yeah, I do too. It's kind of unusual that Lyman wouldn't do that, but
it does let you let the dog out and get back to the game before the multi-ball starts. But otherwise,
so he's got to wail on the captive ball a little bit here too, because he's going to need some coffins.
Yeah, he needs to get his picks. He really
looks like he just finished his crosses.
Oh, you're right.
So he's going to need some shots to anything that has a snake lit up as well.
He needs both picks. He really needs to get an out-of-ball here.
Snake's lit for out-of-ball.
Oh, was it already there?
It's lit now. I mean, when it got lit, I'm not sure, but it's lit now.
All right.
And a wonderful thing about going
he tried the
backhand.
And Andrew, the only successful backhand out-of-ball. I don't even know if that would have counted with.
He's not trying. I think
So,
he knows.
Two
He knows the lack of
Sparkies,
grace
10
period.
million a Sparky. Very consistent, but he's really disappointed. Not the Adaball is such a
Yeah.
huge.
He needs,
15.
all 15 snakes.
So what do you do here to get 15 snakes?
Well, the best thing to do would be to shoot the snake right now, so the
Yep.
snake is lit up on every shot.
See, that's that's why I think he maybe on ball one wants to hit the snake before going into that second Sparky.
Now, correct. Let's
I
go.
don't know if the arrow was over there at the time. He would have had
Oh,
to
you're
make
right.
He would have to make a shot over there in order to get
fair
the
enough.
snakes onto that side.
Let's go over the rules for like collecting those items.
Oh,
Now, if he combos it, it's still worth 1, or is that worth 2?
it's
That's-
worth 1 except for the coffin.
The progress towards crank it up
Okay.
is worth 2, or the progress towards the coffin multi-ball is worth 2, but the progress to crank it up is still worth 1. Is that
No,
what it
you
is?
get 2
for both?
coffins. Yeah, if you get in lane to coffin, you'll get 2 items, both as far as I know towards multi-ball and definitely for the crank it up items.
Okay.
Because I was playing a qualifying game last night where I knew I just needed 2 in lane to
And
coffins.
so you just went ramp
And,
to,
yeah,
or
ramp.
you shatzed it and then
No, I shot the ramp.
Neil would
I'm
actually.
not gonna mess with an alley pass.
So there's no other way to get double credit for stuff then.
No,
Okay.
not yet.
So
Not
right,
at
so the
this
way the seek and destroy, is what we really haven't talked about, but is the main
Oh, he survived.
leaning
He's trouble right here.
lead in towards crank it up. So every shot has an electric chair guy, a snake, a grave marker on it. So each shot has a red arrow, and when you shoot a shot, the arrow goes to that shot. Now, anytime you hit the electric chair or the snake or the grave marker, whatever you hit will light up on the currently selected shot. Now, when you have those things lit on a shot, then they will also contribute towards the crank it up items. So you can hit the electric chair 15 times, or you can make a shot, lit with the electric chair and hit that shot 15 times or whatever, or all the shots are lit for electric chair, and you can just hit any shot 15 times.
I was just trying to figure out if there was a situation where Bowen was at there where he could get away with doing anything less than 15 shots.
No, he had to make 15 shots. I mean, mystery can give you more than 1. I can give you 1, 2, or probably up to 6 of an item.
Jorian even misses his ramps properly and hits his picks better than anyone else. He doesn't. He doesn't fall into the trap of actually missing by making the shots. Very efficient on the pick. Picking off his picks. Oh, he missed. Boom.
Well, I don't know why he'd be taking it right now anyway. He's still got
With
3
3.
balls.
Yeah.
And
Well,
now you'd be
it's
taking
nice,
it.
but
I mean, the doubler is good, but
yeah,
I'd rather
that's-
have the Adaball when I'm down to 2.
with the way that snake being so finicky, I'll take it anytime I can get it with the doubler.
I guess it doesn't seem like it was so finicky earlier, does it? There it goes.
When you nut it like he does.
Yeah.
He's all right. You remember last time we saw him do some just awesome end of line double doubles. Did he just get a double or? Yeah, he's 4x supering.
What was it? I was trying to see what his shot stats was. I noticed he has the snake lit up on pretty much every shot, so he can make some pretty good progress towards cranking up here with the hardest item. As I say, it's the hardest item, but I feel like most
Depends on-
often
right.
I have him missing the coffin. So
It kind of, I guess, depends on what you shoot for, or where you like to bail the ball out, and different players, I think, would have.
I mean,
different
with
items.
with the coffin, the only thing you can do is hit the captive ball. There's no lighting it up on another shot and collecting it.
Which is why they offered the 2 times. one
Right,
for the end
exactly.
lane. I think that was maybe a crowdsourced idea too. That I don't know where it started, but there was a lot of discussion about how difficult it was to get to crank it up, and
Yeah, it's because if you don't lock in a hurry up, like right now, Bowen has the left or Jorian has the left orbit.
wow,
lit.
look at
Lit. You can see it pulsing.
yes,
It was lit to start a hurry up.
yep.
Anytime you don't start and collect a hurry up, all your progress is lost.
So if you're going for crank it up, then the moral is don't do hurry ups. But you
Well,
don't
no,
have a choice,
actually, you
right?
do want to do hurry-ups, I think, because after you do the hurry-up, those 3 items are locked in on that shot
They
until
lock
you start
and
seek
then
and
you get
destroy.
them, so you don't. It doesn't hurt you to.
Right, you want to start the hurry-up
Yeah.
ASAP,
All right.
I feel.
Good. I haven't been doing it wrong. So they had very identical. Jorian only played 1 multi-ball, but of course he got the Add-a-Ball, so it was essentially 2 to Bowen's non-Add-a-Balled ones, and they're both working on progress towards crank it up. I'm surprised Bowen didn't check status, but
I think he
must
knows
know.
what he needs.
He
I
knows,
mean,
yeah.
he's going for the next available multi-ball, which is grave marker.
Guys, I'm going to hop off so you can actually spend a few minutes talking to Sean.
Okay, great.
And maybe he can reflect a little bit on that tilt situation that happened earlier.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the goodness. Oh, is he going to survive? Nice.
All right, guys. Enjoy watching Bowen.
Bowen letting the tilt pop settle a little bit here before he proceeds.
And really, you should wait, 3 to 4 minutes before that thing finally settles.
Yeah, it's a little insane how long that thing just keeps going and going.
And yet, when you're playing in a multi-day tournament like this, you kind of want to just get going. And he's already taken a warning. He's a tilting next
Right.
time, so he's not going to make any more saves anyway. So, so we've got Sean Grant from New York City.
Sean Grant, our
joining
4th
us
place
here.
finisher.
Finished 4th in the main. And did you play some classics today too, Sean?
Yeah, I finished 6th in the classics and 4th in the main. It's probably my best day ever.
That's
I
that's
feel
a
pretty
great
good about it.
day. That's a good day of work, man. You played a lot of pinball today. How'd it feel?
It felt fantastic. I felt very comfortable playing. I got a lot of compliments from everyone that was watching, and that really means a lot to me. Being
Including us, I would say.
Yeah, we got to watch quite a few of your games from time to time, and especially on the new game, Walking Dead. Seemed like you were really comfortable on that game.
I'm a huge fan of The Walking Dead. I've watched every episode. I've actually read every comic book, and I almost sold Walking Dead #2 to come out here, but I didn't do that. I couldn't bring myself to do it. So I feel like.
Do you think it helps if you enjoy the game you're playing?
I'm a huge fan of the Twilight Zone, and that's my favorite game, and it's probably the one I'm the best at out of all the machines. So I think when you like something, it makes you have more of an affinity towards the game.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, yeah, for a lot of people, theme is the primary enjoyment consideration.
Right. And
certainly varies from person to person, but.
What do you think your best moment was today? What did you have, like a really close game, or it could have gone either way, or you came back on something?
I had a really good comeback against Dave Heggie in AC/DC, where he had 90 million and I had about 3 going into the last ball, and I started both album and jam at the same time, and when I looked up I had 160 million because I don't look at the score.
What song were you playing during that multi-ball? Do you remember?
It was Hell's Bells.
Right. You're a Hell's Bells guy. So you had 2X or 3X running for a lot of that.
I did have 3X going, and I learned a lot. I suddenly learned that Star Trek's a really amazing game. Watching Jorian play it.
We have all learned a little something.
We all learned a lot about Star Trek today after watching Jorian light it up.
I already liked the game, but now I like it more, and that's great to have, and hopefully the people watching are learning how a different way that the game can be played. And I jumped right in as soon as I saw Jorian make the left orbit and hold out the flipper so he could make the locks. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that too, and that's what you have to do. If somebody has an advantage because he's doing something really smart, don't let it be an advantage. Just do the exact same thing.
All right, Bowen's the crank it up here, which has definitely been his primary goal.
Do you know, is he a For Whom the Bell Tolls guy as well, or does he play a different one?
I'm not sure, honestly.
I haven't seen him. I didn't see the other crank it up modes that he did. So I'm hearing from a spotter that it's fade to black. So which means he likes the orbits because you get the virtual spinner in this version. It gives you a set number of spins. Fade to black is awesome on the premium with a real spinner because you can really.
All the switch hits contribute to the completion of the mode. Yeah.
For Whom the Bell Tolls is sort of front loaded, and Fade to Black is more back loaded if you're feeling good. And I think Bowen feels with the way Jorian's playing, he's gonna All right,
Nice shot.
Nailed it.
we'll find out. Maybe he'll surprise us all and go for the Sparky. Well, I don't know what he was hoping for.
Oh, he went straight for Bell.
Yeah. We watched Jorian play this one, and all he was doing into lines on the right ramp to the doubler over and over and over and over, and it was Bowen's going to try the same thing. Oh, he was going ramp there.
Oh, man. So I know a lot of people are going to be wondering about the Star Trek game you just played at the end there. We did see a danger and a tilt, and I'm sure, it's pretty vexing when it happened. Because, I mean, honestly, we didn't really even see you shaking it.
I believe everything, and I think I was more frustrated at the fact that when you go up against someone that you know is incredible, like Jorian is, you need things like that not to happen. You need to have...
Right, he doesn't need any more luck.
Exactly. And it's also something that I've been trying to do less of. I'm trying, when I get into the game, to only hit the flipper button, not the cabinet, when I start to get into it. And basically, I was in a situation where I knew I was going to lose the game. I mean, he put up such an unbelievable score, but I wanted to show him that I could do the same thing as him when I started nailing that warp ramp. I nailed it 3 times in a row, and I was like, Jorian, don't think that you're the only one who can do this.
I know. You definitely started a little bit of a run there, for sure.
But, yeah, I mean, when I come out here, my goal is to play the best and do my best against them. And I think I did that against everyone pretty much but Yoran. I think The Walking Dead was a little bit of a letdown for me. I didn't play that one quite as well as I would have liked to. The ball drains were kind of tough. Like, I lost one going up the in lane and out the out lane, and that's something that I hadn't really had a problem with. But I just kind of lost my fight right towards the end, and but overall,
yeah, it's happened to a lot of people today. It's like someone gets a big game put up against them, and it's like, well, I might be able to chop all this wood, but
it's
holy cow, I'm so tired already.
Yeah, I don't feel like I have anything to feel bad about. It was,
not
great.
at all.
It was great. I mean, I don't think I've ever beaten Daniele like head to head before, and I wanted to avenge my loss to Zach and IFPA, and I did both of those things.
Well, that's a good day's work, and we were talking about at what point people feel good about a tournament and bad, and we decided right around even 2-2. You win 2, lose 2, and people are feeling pretty good. Different people at their skill levels have different goals in mind. Some expect to win the tournament. Other guys just want to play well against, like you said, the best. And it's nice that lots of different people can get different things out of the tournament. One thing I love is we don't get an opportunity to play with the Europeans so much. We see them at Papa and at Pinburg now, and they have a different approach to some games, and we see new things. It's just been a joy to get to watch Jorian here and all the originality.
I totally agree with you. I think it's fantastic for the sport that different styles can all be successful. If everyone played the same way and it was just a question of how well do you do that one way, it wouldn't be as exciting a sport to play or to watch. But that's not the case. Daniele, he doesn't miss shots. Jorian is the loop master. Everyone has their own superpower.
And don't forget Roy Wills. He's no slouch either, from the Netherlands.
There's no doubt. I mean, Dave Heggie. I faced a lot of tough people today.
Oh, yeah. So what we saw earlier, you had a cab out. Did you miss your flight?
I didn't expect to do this well, and so my flight was due to leave at 6:45. I haven't been to Pinball Expo in a while, so I didn't know how long it would take.
I didn't know how long it would take when I first sat down.
Here's the sad part. I knew how long this would take, but I blocked it out. I was in denial the entire day about it.
But what was really lucky for me was that they called me and they said my flight was delayed. And so then when I made my change, I didn't have to pay $250
Oh,
because my
sweet.
flight was delayed.
That's
So I've been
pinball
lucky in
gods.
so many different ways today.
That's
It's been a
pinball
really
God
good
setting
day.
you up because you earned it. So that's good karma there, paying it forward. So, are you still leaving tonight or?
No, I'm gonna hang out tonight. I'm gonna leave tomorrow. So
right on.
I'm really happy to be able to hang out with people. And
So the finals might finish by then, but we'll see. I'm not sure what the over/under is going to be on whether the finals will finish before Sean leaves the state. We'll see.
well, I have to say, I'm very impressed with Jorian right now. He's not giving Bowen a chance to come back into the match. And Bowen showed a lot of resilience by not getting thrown off by the fact that Yoran crushed Star Trek, but he amassed a big lead, but Jorian chopped wood, and now he's taking the lead. It's just the guy's unstoppable.
Bowen's biggest issue will probably be getting over the failed crank it up.
Yeah, because now he's really in jail for.
He spent a lot of time and effort, just getting that thing lit, and now he's got to get 20 of each item from here.
And yes, if Jorian actually gets to crank it up and puts in a big payoff, it really is going to make it difficult. But that's the good thing about the 2 out of 3 format, other than it takes days and days and days to finish. Even when there's one big game, it's not enough to complete it, and you're right back in it. I destroyed Andrew Rosa in our first game of the match, and then he came back and won the next 2 and moved on and had a great tournament. And so any one game doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if he has 1 billion points. It start fresh on the next game. But one of the things we don't get to see with Jorian, and I'm sure all the his European friends who might be watching or know him, he does this a lot at tournaments where he just obliterates scores, and for long periods of time. He's got the focus and just the ability to do it.
Wow, that was a really great bounce off the right out lane post there.
I think this is a game where going last is even more important than other games, because what's going on with this crank it up, he can kind of do a moderate job, because he knows that Bowen is in jail at this point, so he doesn't have to go crazy here.
He's going to do his end of lines no matter what.
Yeah, he's got it down pat for sure.
And the funny thing is, it's basically the Star Trek away team maneuver, just on a different game. It's the exact same timing on the shot, and maybe we could overlay the 2 games. We could play 2 at once and half this tournament down to only half a day if you could play 2 games at once.
Well, going back to what you were saying before,
it's a thing of beauty.
It's tough because it's good to have 2 out of 3 because you don't want to qualify for 2 days and then not feel like you had a fighting chance because you had one bad game. So it does take a long time, but it's fair to the players that way, and you're getting the best players
and that's a great
through.
point.
It is a good point.
That's a great point,
you don't want to. Right, there's a lot of time and effort you spend just waiting in line, for your next turn to play, and then you show up and it's like, okay, 1 game, single elimination,
or even just 2 out of 3 single. You're done, 2 and out even.
Yep.
You get a minimum of 4 games, and most people are able to play at least 6 games or maybe 8 if it goes to 3 each time. And then with classics as well, you also feel like there's another tournament going on.
And the IFPA is the same way too, where it's 4 out of 7. If someone beats you 4 out of 7, they beat you.
Yeah, that's a real match. You're right. There's the completion.
I've never seen that before.
We saw it a couple games ago when Trent got his 500 million. So has he learned from the last one?
He needs the grave
snake?
marker still. He got the snake already.
All right, so his 2X is ready to go again.
Right, so he needs to get the grave marker here, then shoot end of line to get double scoring. Oh my God, what a save! All right, and then he'll collect 86 million if he hits that. Oh, maybe he didn't have the snake.
No, he's still got snake to go, right?
Oh no, he completed it once already. He's already on the
Does
second.
Does he want the 2X collect here?
Wow, that would be insane if that's what he's going for.
What's he? Yep.
There it goes. All right.
Oh!
That was crazy.
Isn't it funny how that shot right there, it either collects or it drains. There's no other alternative absolutely every time.
All or nothing.
151. Bowen, that's 100 million to make Jorian play his third ball. Bowen's
on death point here.
Yes. I suspect during that ball, Bowen had his plan in mind.
Nice skills right there.
Yeah, nice little
really
post
pretty.
catch during ball save there. That was pretty cool. He's got no hits on Sparky. What's he need?
He's
He's starting fresh.
He drained out of.
So you think he's going to go Snake? I bet he was making some progress on Snake. No, he likes his. Has he played his first gravestone?
Yeah, he did play one.
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really dialed into that right out lane.
Now, when we were watching Bowen doing that
Nice.
little,
Yeah, right
left
there he
flipper
tried it
drill.
again. Yep.
Let me ask you guys: do you guys practice skills? Like, do you ever, before a tournament, forget about score and just try to practice doing stuff like that?
Honestly, I personally almost never play ever. So, I'd probably do a little bit better if I did, but I mean, and as far as skills, no, not really. I don't just practice skills. It's just, fluid with whatever you're doing in the game.
Right.
I'm with you, Sean. Don't tilt. All right, let's give him a chance. I will absolutely play games simply to I'll play games where all I do is post catch, right,
See,
left.
that's
just
that's a
to
great
get the
idea.
timing down.
Excellent job by
Third,
Jorian.
third place for Bowen Kerins. And Jorian, he's got, it's 2 out of 3 because he's on the loser side.
Yeah, he has to reset the bracket in order to beat Trent.
And is he going to just keep doing it for, I mean, if he had 10 more opponents, would he be able to? It seems like at Star Trek he's getting better still. He hasn't reached his potential.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters that he has to beat him twice. I mean, either you got what it takes to take Jorian down or you don't.
Well, I mean, really, from his perspective, it's, how many people has he played, and really, it's basically 2 more people.
Right, but
Right.
And I love this. He's still getting a feel for it, and it's just mentally. He's like, I'm not tired. I'm not ready to play the next game. I'm finishing this one up. Get a read or find something about the game.